Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here today. Such an exciting day. Yesterday, when they announced this at the league meeting, first thing they did was put that logo up in front of us. And when I saw that, I said, yeah, this is really happening. So it was great to see that. I'm really happy to be up here with the group of people that are going to be speaking. What the league really wants to see in terms of making an award of something like this as big as the draft is that the community is behind the effort. As you can imagine, hosting this many people is a big undertaking, and it's going to take cooperation from around the city and really around the state. And the governor, the mayor, county executive, Visit Pittsburgh, they all were behind this effort from really 2 years ago. And Steelers staff. So a lot of hard work went into getting to this day. We're so excited about hosting the draft for a lot of reasons. Number one, we think that Pittsburgh and Western Pennsylvania really are where the roots of pro football began, even before there was an NFL. There was a team called the Allegheny Athletics that played here on the north side in what was then the city of Allegheny. And they were started paying their players, some of them under the table, but that was one of the first teams that began paying their players. There was another team up in Latrobe that started paying players, and so as far as history goes, those were the first professional football players in the country. And so from there, obviously, football grew. All the mill towns up and down the rivers had their teams. They called them semi-pro teams because some guys got paid and some guys didn't. But, they were hard scrabble teams, and really it's going to be great to celebrate, the early days of pro football. Over time, football grew to be an important sport that was played in our high schools and colleges around here, which resulted in many great players eventually moving into the NFL. So, we're excited to be able to celebrate them. The history of the Mike Ditkas and Tony Bussetts, and Dan Marino, Johnny Unitas, Joe Montana. So it's a long list, and it's going to be a lot of fun talking about those guys as well. As far as the Steelers are concerned, we're proud of our draft history. We've had a great history in the draft. And the 1974 draft, which we celebrated 50 years of anniversary a few weeks ago, produced 5 Hall of Famers. That'll probably never happen again. Probably the greatest draft in NFL history. So a lot of great themes to talk about as far as Pittsburgh hosting the draft. We couldn't be more excited. So now the hard work begins to get ready to host this many people and have 50 million or so people watch us on TV. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. And as I say, I'm really excited to be joined today by some of the people that have helped make it happen and are going to help make sure it happens the right way. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Art. It is indeed a great day for Pittsburgh. It's a great day for professional football, and it is a great day for this iconic organization. And let me begin just by saying thank you. To your owner, a great Pittsburgh citizen, someone who never forgets where he comes from, and someone who leads this iconic franchise, and that is the great Art Rooney. Thank you very much for your leadership. We are incredibly thankful to you and thankful to this organization. I also need to give a special shout out to Blair's husband, the Lieutenant Governor of Pennsylvania, who's with us today, Austin Davis. Thank you, Austin. Let me tell you, Pittsburgh was the absolute best choice to host the NFL draft. From Point State Park to this Acrisure Stadium to the North Shore, we have got it all. In fact, in one of the many conversations we had with Commissioner Goodell, he cited the view from Mount Washington as something that he was psyched about when thinking about the prospect of the NFL draft coming here to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. To Commissioner Goodell, I just want to apologize for being a pain in your ass over the last couple of years. Constantly bugging you about this, starting at the Super Bowl a couple of years ago and leading over the last many months. We have had a great team that has worked on putting a great package together. And hats off to Mayor Ed Gainey in the city of Pittsburgh, who said everything right, did everything he needed to do to convey to the NFL just how serious Pittsburgh was about this. Mayor, thank you for your leadership. And as the mayor knows, as we all know, this is going to be a huge regional event. And Allegheny County is all in. Sara Innamorato stepped up really just quickly after her election to this important post, and she made this bid especially competitive. County Exec, thank you very much for your leadership. Let me say, Pittsburgh is blessed to have Visit Pittsburgh. They did an amazing job shepherding through this bid package and putting our best foot forward. And let me tell you, this is going to be huge, not just for their football fans out there, not just for folks who love the Steelers, but for all Pittsburghers, for all Pennsylvanians. Because what this means is we are going to see our restaurants packed, our bars overflowing. Every single hotel room is going to be booked. And I got to tell you, I'm especially proud of the fact that we are the only state in the nation to ever land 2 of these NFL drafts. Philly hosted it a few years ago. They had 250,000 people. And let me say, and I mean no disrespect to Philly, I love Philly, but this is going to do even better in terms of numbers than Philadelphia did. You heard Art Rooney say this yesterday, I believe, that this will be the largest event Pittsburgh has ever hosted. And we are ready. And I'll tell you what, it comes at a really important time. One of the things I was in the commissioner's ear about over and over and over again is we wanted to host this, but we wanted to host it in 2026. Why? Because that's the birth of our nation 250 years ago. We'll be celebrating that here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. All eyes of the nation will be on us here because, of course, this is the birthplace of our nation here in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. In 2026, we're looking at some incredible events. FIFA World Cup, Major League Baseball All-Star Game, PGA Championships, the opening rounds of March Madness, and so much more. And we, of course, are going to have the biggest event of them all, the NFL Draft, right here in Pittsburgh. This couldn't happen at a more important time for our nation, and dare I say, a more important time for the city of Pittsburgh. This is a city and an organization on the rise. We are showing that we can do big things in Pittsburgh and all across Pennsylvania. And I, for one, can't wait to see the commissioner stand up and announce the final pick of the first round in the 2026 NFL Draft going to the Pittsburgh Steelers after they win the Super Bowl the year before. Ladies and gentlemen, Pittsburgh is ready. This is going to be an amazing event. Art Rooney, thank you for your incredible leadership. We're excited. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Governor. Next up, we have Allegheny County Executive Sara Innamorato. Sara.
All right, today is a good day. I am excited, and it is an honor to serve as your county executive. And we are so pumped to be able to announce that Pittsburgh is the host for the 2026 NFL Draft. And it's fitting, like Art Rooney said, at 50 years after the Steelers had the greatest draft class in NFL history, we announced that we are bringing the NFL here, right here in the city of Pittsburgh, the city of champions. So whether it's a play on the field or the draft experience, Pittsburgh will deliver for our NFL fans. Because as Coach Tomlin says time and time again, the standard is the standard, and we know the standard here in Pittsburgh. We're excited to showcase why Allegheny County is such an incredible place. Pittsburgh is ready to prove a world-class experience for fans across the world to come here and experience what we have to offer. And in 2025, a new terminal at the Pittsburgh International Airport will greet them. In 2026, fans coming to Western Pennsylvania will experience an expanded airport showcasing our first-class amenities, sustainable practices, and a truly inviting atmosphere. And from our rich cultural assets to our award-winning food scene, we can't wait to host fans from across the country and around the globe to experience the best that our region has to offer. I'm excited that people from all over will have the opportunity to truly gawk at our 6 Lombardi trophies and also experience our neighborliness. Because the best part about Pittsburgh is our people. And I keep telling out-of-town visitors, like, don't be alarmed when you see us smile. We're chit-chatters, and by the end of your Uber ride, you'll probably be best friends with your driver, because we are Mr. Rogers' neighborhood after all. And that's what this draft is ultimately about. It's about community. And as a former intern from the Steelers, I know how hard the people have worked behind the scenes to make this happen, and I thank you for that work. And I also know that the love of football, Steelers football, is woven into the very fabric that is Pittsburgh. You can find the Steelers bar in basically any country in the entire world because we have a globally recognized fan base. And our fandom, it's what brings us together. And it's about so much more than just talking trash about Cleveland. Our love of Steelers and our pride in our community is what makes Western Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania. And that's why we're so excited to bring the NFL draft here to Pittsburgh, to showcase what the people in Allegheny County have to offer, to provide a world-class experience for fans from everywhere across the globe, and to highlight how sports unite us and inspire our communities. So congratulations to all the folks who are up here and all the work that's been put in. I often say that governing is a team sport, but so is getting an NFL draft. So I'm excited to have such incredible partners with us, and I look forward to showcasing what we have to offer. Thank you.
Thank you, County Executive. Next up, we have Pittsburgh City Mayor Ed Gainey.
Good afternoon, everybody. First, I just want to thank Art Rooney. Without Art Rooney and his family, we wouldn't even be here today. And I think that we really need to give him a standing ovation for what he's done to put this city on the map. Football, before they took over, was a nightmare, and then in the 70s, in one draft, he changed it from a nightmare to a dream that witnesses 6 Super Bowls. Let's just stop there and give Art Rooney a round of applause. I also want to thank Mr. Morehouse, Dan Rooney, Jimmy Sacco, Zeke. I want to thank you from my office because you guys did a remarkable job. And you're right, Sarah, it's a team effort. And every week you guys did what y'all said y'all would do. Y'all brought the draft to our most lovable city. And I can't say thank you enough for all that you have done to ensure that we got the 2026 draft. Thank you so much. I remember when it was at a preseason game and me and the governor was down at one of the games. Anyway, I said, God, we want to get the draft. He said, so why? He said, I think it would be great for us to have the draft here. And just to see the way he got on board to help us push the NFL to really consider this city that got 6 Super Bowls that should have been added to be able to plan the draft for 2026, I think we should say thank you to the governor for his work. And to the ace, Sara coming aboard immediately and just taking stock in this and having the will to do what's necessary to ensure that the county was involved to bring the draft here. I just want to say thank you, and I think we should give her a hand. Jared from VisitPittsburgh. If we say it, we do it. And with the help of the Rooneys and everybody else, look what we've done. Everybody wants to talk about numbers. Here's my number. I predict we have over 1 million people come to our city. That's right, I'm predicting that we have 1 million people come to our city. And here's why. See, people remember the Immaculate Reception of Franco Harris. People remember the time that John Starworth caught the over-the-shoulder catch against the Rams in the Super Bowl. They remember Lynn Swann and his acrobatic catch against the Cowboys. They remember James Harrison's run the whole field for a touchdown against Arizona. We have so many memories that people hold them dear to themselves, that no matter what city you go to, no matter where you're at, one thing that you will find is still a bar restaurant. People remember the old times that they had to leave because of the closing of the steel mills. Their kids talking about it all day long and their grandkids, because even though where they reside is where they live, Pittsburgh is home. This is home to them. And now they get to bring back their grandkids and their kids so that they can see what special place raised them up, and regardless of where they live, why they still call our beloved city home. We get to do a new forecast and demonstrate a new way, just how we move from a smoky city to a technology city, to an educational city, to a med city, to an AI city. We have so much in technology that we have done. Come and welcome to the new city that we call Pittsburgh, that we as Lakewood is welcome home. We have continued to grow in the midst of everything and still kept our roots to who we are. That grit, that determination, that strength. When I first got elected, I said, Mr. Rooney, we got to get the draft here. He said, you sure? I said, yeah, Mr. Rooney, I'm sure. Because you deserve it. Not that the city deserves it. He deserves it. Because he put us 6 Super Bowls called on the map. I don't know another city that can say that. They can say they tied, but they can't say they winning. This is the city of champions. We are the city of champions. We are what we call home. And just like we said when we come in office, if we said we're going to do it, we do it. Let's go get it.